The Sugar Man, Ray Leonard. Okay. The NABF, what, Peter Radzany?
Yeah.
I don't know him. I don't know him.
I seen him fight. He was solid, though.
Yeah, he TKO'd him before. He couldn't be that solid.
Yeah, but that's Sugar Ray Leonard.
I tell you what, right? Before that, he fought Marcus Geraldo. And that guy was sort of like a middleweight. I mean, he was a big guy. He went the distance with Hagler. And that was one of Ray's first tests. And, no, I was going to say Adolfo Verrett. I don't know him. I thought it was Edwin Verrett. That's a different guy.
Yeah.
That was a good win. Marcus Geraldo coming up. That tested him. Peter Radzany. What do you know about him? I don't know nothing about him.
I seen him fight. I know he was a solid dude.
Okay. I can't remember much about him.
He was solid. He was a solid guy. There was like people at the division. He was solid.
Yeah. Was Andy Price an Indian guy?
Andy Price. I ain't recall watching that one.
I remember a little about it, but not too much. It's all vague. Andy Price is vague. Very vague.
Andy Price was solid. I'm going over his resume.
Yeah, he was a solid dude, man. A solid dude. He wasn't no...
He was no scrub at all.
No, not at all. 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 Wilfred Benitez. World Championship. WBC welterweight title.
Great win. Great win.
Nah, that wasn't great. That wasn't a great win, man.
Benitez?
Nah. It was a tremendous win. I mean, that's what it was. That was an absolute outstanding win.
Look, he go to Radzany, Price, all them guys solid. Then he jumped right to Benitez.
Look, man. Look. Let me just say this. That is the hardest way to win a world title, fighting someone like Wilfred Benitez.
Yeah.
That's the hardest way. You know? Like, I remember watching that fight, man, and like, Ray was saying that in the morning, every part of his body ached because this guy could do everything he could do. Benitez could do everything that Ray could do. He said it was like fighting in a mirror. Like, man, incredible result. So, we're agreed, yeah? Hall of Fame?
Yes, Hall of Fame.
No doubt. ATG, Hall of Fame, whatever. No doubt. Dave Boy Green.
Very solid.
Yep. Very solid. British champion. Tough guy. Ray Leonard lands a picture-perfect left hook and flattens Dave Boy Green. Like, Ray Leonard, absolute beast. Absolute beast. Like, Dave Boy Green didn't know what hit him, man. And, you know, what people have to factor in is guys like Dave Boy Green. I remember when he fought, what's the guy who Duran beat, man?
I'm about to see. Dave Boy Green had a lot of damn...
Yeah, he fought for the world title. He lost it. Carlos Palomino. Yeah. These were good fighters. Carlos Palomino. These were good fighters. And Dave Boy Green was giving Carlos Palomino life or death, but Palomino closed the show. But Dave Boy Green was a good fighter. A good
yes,
fighter.
He was.
Yes, he was. Roberto Duran, unanimous decision. Now, how does that affect Ray's resume?
He lost to Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
He fought him. I think that's a good. He was competitive. I don't think that hurts his resume.
Nope, it doesn't. It's a good. That's what I call a good loss.
Yeah, and he came back to avenge.
He stupidly fought
the
Duran.
wrong fight.
Yeah, he fought the wrong fight. He fought Duran at his own game, and not only that, Duran got in his head. Duran was telling Ray he was soft, he was weak, went in on his wife and everything.
All that.
He done all of that, and that's who Duran was. And he got in his head, and Duran took an upset victory. He hurt Ray, but Ray was fighting back very hard. It's very close on the judges' scorecards. It's a very tough and close fight. But there was to be a rematch straight away.
And do you know what happens with Duran in between fights?
What happened to Duran in between? Didn't he go straight into the...
He picks up weight in between fights.
Okay, yeah.
Picks up a lot of weight and then got to lose it.
But that's his fault, though.
That's not Ray's fault at all.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's Durant's fault, man. You know, you want to eat cake, and, you know, I mean, the no mas. Although Durant says he never said no mas, but you know, that's just a technicality. Ray basically, on the instructions of his brother, because his brother was a boxer, but his brother was in the street, and Ray was saying that his brother Roger told him not only to box him, but to humiliate him, like showmanship. Get into Durant's head like he got into yours. And that's what Ray did. And he pulled it off to perfection. The Dave Boy Green is not an ATG fight. It's a solid win.
That's a solid fight, not an all-time great.
Right. The Benitez is an ATG fight. The Roberto Duran fight, I'm going to give that an ATG fight, even though he lost. I'm going to give the loss an ATG fight. Because it's a memorable fight, and he put in a great effort.
Yeah, right? I get a loss.
Yeah.
He was competitive anyway. He didn't get blown out.
That's right. So far we got Wilfred Benitez, ATG fight. The Roberto Duran, even though it's a loss, ATG fight. And the Nomas fight is definitely an ATG fight. Would you agree?
Yes.
3 ATG fights. Okay. Larry Bonds.
Now we at Larry Bonds, huh?
Yeah. You know what I'm going to say, innit?
Never heard of him. I know you. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
I never heard of him. I actually saw the fight, but, you know, it's not a significant fight. But however, okay, that's Leonard defends that WBC belt after beating Benitez 4 times, if I'm right there, 4 or 5 times. And his form is outstanding. The first phase of him being a welterweight champion is absolutely outstanding. In my opinion, that's outstanding. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think that's outstanding.
Yeah, that's just outstanding to me. You know, the Duran fights, Benitez, the KOs he scored, outstanding. But he wasn't finished, so he went up to 154 and he challenged Ayub Kaluli.
Good, solid guy.
Yep.
He beat Sumba Cullenberry.
Yes, he did. A young Sumba
Lindell Holmes.
Yep. Lindell Holmes. Yep. Very good fighter. I think he was Ugandan. And he did his thing.
So that was a good win. I'm going to say that's a great win.
For
the first time at 154.
I'm putting that up as an ATG fight, personally.
Okay. Yeah, we could go there because that dude... If that dude was fighting today, he'll clean down.
I haven't got the boxer cup. Go look how much time Kaluli defended that belt. Okay. That's what people need to do. Go and look. Go and look how much time he defended that belt.
He's 30. And not only the guys I mentioned he beat, he's 36-0.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, he wasn't no joke. That's right. I'm putting that up as an ATG fight, personally.
Me too.
You know? No catch weight or none of that shit. Real shit. Yeah. And then... after that little diversion at light middleweight.
It was a diversion.
He takes on Thomas Hearns.
Yes.
2 belts on the line.
Yep.
Thomas Hearns' WBA welterweight belt and Leonard's own WBC belt in what was the 1981 Fight of the Year according to the Ring magazine. Although they didn't need to tell us that. This is one of the greatest fights in the history of boxing. Let's just make that clear, in my opinion anyway. One of the greatest fights.
I thought Tommy Hearns was winning the fight, but he got caught. Leonard started working his body and got him towards the end.
You know, Leonard taught me, not taught me, he showed me certain things about what true ring brilliance is. Like, that was the first fight I saw somebody just throwing them sort of like what they used to call in the old school shoe shine combinations. Just at rapid speed like machine guns. And like, you just be watching that and like, it's just amazing. And like you say, the body work, the hooks. And the thing is, like, people look at Sugar Ray Leonard and think, oh, he's just a fancy dad. He's nah.
Pretty boy. He was a pretty boy. That's what people thought.
Yeah. No.
Tommy Hearns was destroying people at the time, too. He killed Pepino Cuevas, and Pepino Cuevas was a beast, if anybody can remember.
Yes, indeed. Tommy Hearns was putting people in coffins, man. Literally.
A lot of people thought Ray Leonard was going to get hurt or was scared of Tommy Hearns.
Well, there was challengers who didn't actually want to take Tommy Hearns on.
And they took a while to make this fight, so people was figuring, are you scared?
Yeah, yeah. And Leonard got his eye swollen up. He was behind on points, like you said. And that was the fight where Angelo Dundee tells Leonard,
blowing it, son.
And then Leonard comes on, floors Hearns, and stops him in the 14th round.
Classic. I thought that was brilliant body work.
Brilliant body work, man. That's what you had to do. And the significant thing about that bout, man, is what I observed is Manny Stewart himself, as good as a trainer he was learning on the job, because if you watch the fight, Hearns doesn't attempt to clinch when he's getting hit by them body shots or them headshots.
Yeah.
And later on, you see Hearns clinching. He learned from that fight. You have to clinch.
Yeah, and then in that fight, you saw a difference. Hearns turned into the mover, and Leonard was the stalker later on.
That's right. That's right. That's right. When they say the hunter becomes the hunted.
Yes. The body punches were getting to him.
Yep. ATG fight?
Yes.
Yes.
Super ATG fight.
Yeah, super ATG fight. That's what they call that. You know, this is outstanding stuff when you look at it, man.
Yeah, because let's be honest, he fought, I can say he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far.
Yeah, about 5 ATG already.
Yeah, already. He could retire right now.
Yeah. Then he fought guys like Bruce Finch.
Solid.
Bruce Finch solid?
Yeah, he was solid.
Damn, dude.
Bruce, I don't care if people get mad. Bruce Finch would have beat Adrian Broner.
Bruce Finch would have beat Adrian Broner?
Adrian Broner, yes.
What about Keith Thurman? Could he beat Thurman?
Nah, he wouldn't beat Thurman. He'll beat Broner ass, though.
Okay. And then, obviously, he had the retina problems.
Yeah.
After that, and then he took a little hiatus. He got that fixed, and then he came back and took on Kevin Howard.
Yeah, and got dropped.
I remember
that fight.
I remember that fight, man. Howard dropped him, and it was like, whoa.
And people thought that was the end of him.
Yeah, everybody's
washed up.
But he rallied, and he TKO'd Kevin Howard in 9, and he promptly retired after that himself. And Hagler, at the time, he thought he lost his super fight. When did Leonard and Hagler have that sort of gathering or that conference where they were supposed to fight?
I think that's after that fight with he renounced his retirement. I mean, Hagler thought he was announcing to fight him next.
Yes. And he was saying, me and this fine champion here, Marvin Hagler, and he says, this would be an absolute great fight. It will be an absolute great fight. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And like Hagler's face was just like...
Hagler was pissed.
Yeah, Hagler was pissed. However, Leonard, in his hiatus, was studying Hagler. He was watching Hagler have his wars against... Who was the wars against? Thomas Hearns and Mugabe. The wear and tear was showing. Like, the Hearns fight was a war. It was absolute war. Everybody knows about that. But the Mugabe fight, he really had to, drag it out of himself. And I think that's the fight that prompted Leonard to take.
Yeah, Leonard saw something in that fight because he said it.
And then, in 1987...
Okay, people about to get mad because I had Hagler winning.
I had Hagler winning, bro. I had him winning. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you why. How many minutes is in the round?
3.
He ain't do nothing till 10 seconds at the end of the round.
Thank you. But it was very clever what he did. Because he knew if he started off doing some good boxing at the start and afraid a few flurries at the end, that the judges would look at the first phase and the second phase. Yeah. And sometimes in the middle round he'll do a little bit as well. And that's how he stole the fight. But Hagler worked all the way through. But
yeah, I had Hagler winning.
I'm not giving this one to him as an ATG fight, man, because I had Hagler.
I'll give it to him. It was a bad decision, but I think it's Marvin Hagler.
Oh man, I mean,
Come on, we can't front on.
yeah.
Can't front on that.
Okay, we give that one.
He's about to get it in his next fight for sure.
Oh man. Okay. Well, after Hagler, he fights Donnie Lalonde, yeah?
That was some straight bullshit right there.
Now, I'm sorry, Chris. This is not an ATG fight to me.
No, and they had Lalonde defend his light heavyweight title at super middleweight.
That's right.
That was complete bullshit.
That's right.
That was the start of the catchweight shit for me.
Yep. And you know, if we're gonna throw some bombs on Leonard as well, he didn't defend that title against none of the contenders that day. He didn't fight no Michael Nuns or nothing at middleweight, and he just moved up. Like the super middleweight crown was just created by the WBC. It was vacant, and Lalonde was a legitimate light heavyweight champion.
Let's go into this. Let's go into this after the line. He didn't defend the title. Who was number one? Who was they trying to make a fight to that he didn't want to fight?
Was it Mike McCallum?
Mike Nunn.
Mike Nunn. Yes, Mike Nunn. Yep. And he didn't want no part of that. He didn't want to take on none of the young lions coming up. I don't blame him. There probably wasn't much money in it. So he went for the super fights, obviously.
Yeah, because let's talk about the guys that was down there. Donald Curry, Mike McCallum, Mike Nunn. There was a lot of guys. Julian Jackson was there at that time also.
Yep.
Around 154, around 160, yeah.
Yep. The Donald Curry fight was being spoken about a lot, and it was supposed to happen, but
wasn't he at the Hagler post conference?
Who's that? Don Curry?
Yes, he was.
I can't remember.
He was.
Okay, yeah, more than likely, because he really wanted to fight, and he was starting to build up a considerable dislike for Leonard. I remember.
Mike McCallum also.
Yeah, and Mike McCallum didn't want no part of these.
Let's be real. Nobody wanted parts of Mike McCallum. Duran included too.
Yeah, Sumbu Kalambe and them guys weren't getting no shot. You know, and I can't blame him. So obviously let's see. I mean, he went to Donnie Lalonde, who was let's remember Donnie Lalonde was one of the weaker light heavyweight champions as well.
Nah, I'm not giving him credit for that one.
No, yeah, and basically he made the light heavyweight champion weighing at super middleweight and to defend his light heavyweight crown. So he took 2 belts at once. And he only did this so he could beat Hearns to being the first man to have 5 belts. That's the only reason he did it. You know? Yeah. And I mean, that was rotten. That's not an ATG fight. In fact, I'm going to say it was a bit of a BITCH move.
Yeah, I'm going to say a bitch move.
Yeah, a bit of a bitch move. Not an ATG fight. And then, okay.
Tommy Hearns.
Yep. This ain't no ATG fight because this is a straight robbery.
This is a straight robbery.
Hearns floored him twice.
Hearns won that fight.
Hearns won that fight, man. Of course he won that fight. But they gave it a draw. You know, Leonard rallied late and they said, yeah, he pulled it out of the bed. No, he didn't. He got beaten. But, you know, gave him a draw. Hearns was really pissed. He was pissed. And I don't blame him. Like, Hearns had his WBO title on the line. Leonard had the WBC title on the line. Leonard didn't even bother defending the light heavyweight title. He just threw it in the bin, you know.
Because he couldn't beat nobody at light heavyweight. That's why.
Yeah, without draining him to super middleweight, you know. And that, to me, no, I didn't like that result. Not Leonard's fault. That was the judges who gave him the fight.
Nah, that wasn't Leonard's fault at all.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
And he ain't make Lalonde sign that contract neither. Well, I still ain't gonna give him credit for it.
No. Then he fought Duran again at super middle. Was that after Duran beat Barkley?
I'm thinking it was. Cause then he beat Barkley for the super middleweight title.
No, it was he beat Barkley for the middleweight title. He's challenging Leonard for his super middleweight title.
Yeah, he beat Barkley for the middleweight title. You were right.
Yeah.
That was in the same year though.
Yeah, it was in the same year. Same year. So people say, you fought a washed up Duran. But at the same time, Duran put in a great performance that same year.
Yeah, I'm going to give him credit for that. Duran beat a young lion in Barkley.
He did.
And so, Barkley knocked out Tommy Hearns.
Yes, he did. And he beat him a second time. Yeah. Barkley wasn't no joke. So people might not say... I'm not going to give it an ATG. Is that an ATG win, though?
No, it's a good win, not an ATT.
Yeah,
ATG.
yeah.
Nah.
Beating Duran at welterweight was the ATG move, you know.
Yeah.
And then we go to Terry Norris. He got beaten, got floored twice. His ego made him take the fight. I mean, he retired after the Duran fight. He was inactive for about a year or so. Came back to fight Terry Norris for Norris's WBC light middleweight crown and got beaten out of sight. Was floored twice. Norris, a ruthless fighter, didn't show Leonard no respect at all. He didn't care about any ATG Hall of Fame status. He didn't give a damn about that. He just went there and beat Ray up. Ray was very brave though.
Yeah, he was brave.
He went the distance and he tried, but
and the rounds he wasn't knocked down and he was rocked about just in every round though.
Yeah, he was. He just
got beat the hell up in that fight. But it was past his prime then. It was starting to
he was unraveling, he was unraveling by this stage here. Yeah. And Norris went on to become a great champion himself. Yeah. You know. No shame.
It's not a bad loss. He should have I think I would have retired after the Roberto Duran fight.
Yeah, he should have closed it out there. He should have closed it out after the Duran fight. But his ego took him back into the ring. And we thought we saw the last of him. The Norris fight was in 1991. And then we have the Hector Camacho fight when he came back 6 years later. And Hector Camacho destroyed Ray in 5 rounds. TKO'd him.
Yeah, they both was past their prime.
Yeah, they were. I mean, Leonard himself said by the time, you know, he was just too soft at that time. You know what I mean? Like, I think Leonard was saying all the TV work and, like, he was putting all foundation in his face. He was soft. He didn't have that fighter's skin and that fighter's mentality no more. You know, he just didn't have it no more.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even, when I first heard it announced that fight, I was like, what? Why the hell they making this fight?
Yep. And let's bear in mind, Camacho was never a puncher. Well, he was a junior lightweight, but he wasn't a puncher, especially at middleweight.
No.
Yeah. And that concludes Leonard's career. So, okay. The flags for me are the Lalonde fight. That's a flag.
And Tommy Hearns.
The draw, yeah, he didn't deserve that draw. The Hagler fight, I'm not gonna, even though I'm a Hagler fan, I won't call it a robbery. I don't think it was a robbery, but I thought Hagler won it. I'm not gonna say it was a flag, but you see, they had that Hearns, Duran, Hagler thing going, and Leonard got the best out of it.
Yeah, so you want me to rate it? Rate this whole career?
Yeah.
All time great.
Yeah, definitely all time great.
All time great.
100%. You know,
all time great. I'll put that resume against a lot of people.
But what would you say to the fact that he only had 36 fights?
Yeah, but he fought a lot of excuse my language, a lot of solid guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not the amount of fights. He packed it in. He did pack it in.
The quality of fights. He ain't got the quality is good.
Yeah, it is good. It is very good. But Ray Leonard, yeah, man. Ray Leonard, he did his thing. Where would you rank him? No, I'm not saying a precise number, but as an all-time great, like top 10, top 20?
He's definitely top 10.
Definitely top 10, yeah?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely a consideration for them positions there. No doubt about that. I agree with that.
The guy he beat for the light middleweight title when he first went up there?
Kaluli.
That guy was a beast, 36-0.
Yeah, Kaluli was a beast. He was a beast.
Yeah, people don't remember that guy was a beast.
Yeah, he was. You see,
Leonard gave him his first L.
Yeah, that's right. And knocked him. It was a hard fight though.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a hard fight. So, you know, I'm not really gonna put flags down for Leonard not fighting Nunn and them guys and McCallum. Because he's got the bodies there. He couldn't fight everybody. If he had fought everybody, he would have got himself injured badly.
Yeah.
There's only so much.
But he packed it in. His little bit of fights for his career, he packed it in, though.
Yeah, there's only so much elite fighters you can fight. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Before you start putting yourself in serious danger.
I don't rate. He did a lot, so I ain't gonna penalize him for that. Some people don't even do that.
Yeah, that's right. He's got an incredible resume. Incredible fighter. Hand speed, power, bravery, good chin, footwork, everything. He had everything. He had everything. He was a near perfect fighter. He was
At welterweight, he was a beast. Speed, power, chin.
Yeah. And see, like, because they sold him on the image of, pretty boy and this and that. No, this dude was gritty. And if he had you hurt, he'd finish you off. He would he'd destroy you. Ray Leonard, absolute beast. Absolute beast. All right, folks. We move on with that. On to the next.
Later.
Later.